Hello everyone, we are students from Faculty of Resource Science and Technology taking courses MPU 3412 ICT Competency. In this video, we are going to present our group project assignments. The title for our group project assignment is Virtual Lab are used for students to develop their laboratory skills. Before started, let me introduce all of my group members. My name is Wu Yu Ping. I am the group leaders of this project. My other teammates are Claudia, Jacqueline, Yuejia, and Ottilia. Now, let's start our project presentation.
In this project, the problem mentioned about how to develop student laboratory skill while carrying out the practical experiment related to their course. Students can develop their laboratory skill by conducting and supporting scientific investigation and experiment. That means they can carrying out a lot of hands-on experiment and gain experience for it. Next, they can also by planning, setting out and undertaking control experiment and doing a lot of trial. However, students may face a lot of problems during hands-on experiment. The first problem is perform some high-risk experiments because many organic and inorganic chemicals are corrosive to our body, to our skin, to our eyes, as well as will release some toxic chemical such as ammonia and nitrogen dioxide. Next, most of the apparatus in laboratory are made by glass, which is broken easily, such as beaker, glass drop, and burette. Last but not least, the chemical cannot maintain at the same level, so the measurement accuracy and the workflows will not so efficiency enough. And why developing lab skills are so important? Because students who engage in well-designed laboratory experiment develop problem-solving skills, critical thinking skills, increasing understanding to the nature of science, as well as improving teamwork ability while they are doing hands-on experiment with the teammates. To feel success in the professional world of science, you will need to have a wide variety of laboratory skills. So, except from carrying out experiment in the real life practical, we can also develop our laboratory skill by virtual lab.
Hi, I'm Li Yuejia and my matrix number is 70163. Today I'm going to introduce about virtual lab. So what is virtual lab? Virtual lab is a simulated lab environment which is typically implemented by a software program that enables students or users to perform or carry out experiments without going to the lab. How exactly virtual lab works? In virtual lab, it enables the students or users to tinker the lab equipments that behave as the same way as it would in the real lab. Secondly, learners perform a series of experiments that produces or yield a result which is very authentic and real. As you can see here, these are the image which is from the internet about virtual lab. It looks very similar to the lab that we are going to in our university. Next, I'm going to talk about how virtual lab benefits us. As we know that the problem for our project now is to how to develop students' laboratory skills. So in virtual lab, it enables students to perform experiments more than once. Through practicing, students can develop their laboratory skills and they can understand the experiment more thoroughly. Secondly, students may perform high-risk experiments in virtual lab because in virtual lab it is a risk-free environment. Thirdly, it enables students to use complex equipment for further studies in a more efficient way because as we know that some complex equipments are not allowed to use in university or other university now. Lastly, it helps students to understand and absorb their theoretical course in a more simpler and easier way. because we can't really create an app or software program to show how virtual lab works. So we're showing it through this video, which is a source from YouTube.
$1 million laboratory that engages them in science through a highly immersive learning experience. With Labster, you can. Labster offers students access to a realistic lab experience that will let them perform experiments and practice their skills in a fun and risk-free learning environment. Students learn with the help of theory pages and quiz questions and experience immersive 3D simulations that visualize life science down to the molecular level. This helps them understand abstract concepts and master difficult techniques. They are challenged with true-to-life scenarios and missions, stimulating their curiosity and highlighting the connection between science and the real world. Virtual labs are not limited by the time and cost restraints of a physical lab, so students can try out cutting-edge lab equipment, learn from their mistakes in a safe environment.
That's all from me about the problem, solution, and also how virtual lab actually works. Thank you.
Next, I am going to introduce and explain all the tools or apps that we use in this video. Firstly, we use Adobe Premiere Pro for adding logo in this video. Secondly, Filmora are used for editing video. Thirdly, we use PowerPoint while presenting. Lastly, we use Google to search more information such as picture.
Now, let's recap what has been presented by my teammates. Now, we know that the virtual lab is a stimulated lab environment that allow users to perform their experiments without any constraint to place and times. Like all of us are the undergraduate from Faculty of Resource Science and Technology, a strong foundations on laboratory skills are very important for our future study. A strong foundations on laboratory skills can gain from more and more times of experiment performing or learn from our mistake while performing our experiment. So, we can conclude that virtual lab is really a powerful software that enables us to perform the experiment without any limits on the times and the place. Through more practicing on virtual lab, it can help us to develop our laboratory skills, and it also enables us to learn our mistake from 100,000 times of experiment practice. Not only that, after doing this video, we also know that ICT is very important in our social life, especially during these quarantine periods. During these quarantine periods, students are not allowed to go back to school. Hence, for most of the time, we are using digital gadgets such as handphone, computer to communicate with each other in order to complete this group project assignment. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you.